Hey guys, so here we are, 9 videos later, countless hours later, we are at the end, at the last act of the game. And so, without further ado, let me tell you about how Act 10 went for me. So the Act 10 immediately was quite a little bit more difficult than any other act before that. Although it wasn't terribly difficult, but every monster and everything was a little bit stronger. I died so many more times than I died before, in any act before, except for a few boss fights you saw before, but you know, those were the exceptions, not the rule. That being said, Act 10 was one of the more enjoyable acts so far. It wasn't easy, but it was fun. So as you can see, I did another Ascendancy quest here. It wasn't difficult or anything, but it was a little bit annoying because of all those shooty shoots with poison. Yeah, it was kind of annoying. What I decided to do, instead of continuing doing Act 10, I decided to take a short break and I went ahead and I decided to do the Ascendancy, the third one, the final one. Well, I don't know if it's the final one since I can see there's more, but you know, the final one for now anyways. The Ascendancy itself, just like the Act 10, definitely felt a little bit stronger than any other Ascendancy before. Every monster was a little bit stronger, I had a little bit more trouble. It wasn't too bad, but I had to work my way a little bit. I wasn't going 1,000 miles an hour through these dungeons. I had to take a little bit of time. That being said, the boss itself in the Ascendancy was still pretty easy, I have to say. Honestly, I had more trouble outside the boss. With all the traps and everything. Traps in the Ascendancy probably was the most annoying thing of them all, and most dangerous one as well. If there was one thing that took away most of my life, that was traps, ironically enough. Like, you really had to be careful going because you don't know, the traps might be so long that you might just run out of life before you get to the end. But that being said, I made my way to the final boss. It wasn't too difficult to kill him, even the traps didn't set off, they didn't have the time. I killed him, I took the key, I took the chest, there was nothing really in the chest. I enchanted my boots with a little bit more mana regeneration because I really need that because I have mind over matter, so for me that's very useful. That's pretty much the same as regenerating life, so I'll take that. And after that I ascended for the third and final time. Again, maybe not final, but for now. Final for now. I got this elemental buff which takes away some of the elemental damage from me into this buff. It's something like an energy shield, except that it takes only elemental damage and not all damage, which is still pretty useful to me. Like, that is still less damage that I take, so I'll take that any day. And after that I still had 2 optional quests. I decided to go ahead and do them because I knew I'm gonna fight the last boss, the Colossus guy. So I decided before I'm gonna fight him, I'm gonna do the side quest first. Who knows, maybe they'll have some cool rewards or something, and if not, you know, at least I'll maybe gain a level or 2 and become just a little bit more stronger before the fight. Both of these quests weren't too difficult. In process of doing them, I also did some instances. I still am a little bit confused of what I'm supposed to do in those instances. Around 10 instances or so in, I think I realized I need to take the Stone of Passage to the red circles or something. Again, I'm not sure, I'm just guessing at this point. That's just my process of thought. For the second optional quest that I needed to do, I actually took a while to find it because it was like in this little alleyway that was almost hidden away a little bit, so it took me a little bit of time to find. There was nothing really in there, just the boss pretty much. But the boss itself was annoying, not because he was strong, but just because he flew like, I don't know, 5 times and I had to wait till he lands to kill him, so that was really annoying. Yeah, and after that I went back to the city just to take my all rewards and everything. After I took my rewards, I started to do the main storyline. In the main storyline, I needed to go to this dungeon here and get the Staff of Purity by killing this boss here. Even though this boss wasn't too difficult, he didn't melt away like in the acts before, which already was a little bit more fun. I had just a little bit of trouble, not much really, but even a little bit is nice, I suppose. Once I killed him, I took the Staff of Purity, made my way to this guy, and he actually died, and out of him appeared Innocence, the brother of Sin. And afterwards, Innocence told me to meet him in this square. Here in the square, I made my way to this corner, and in this corner, he opened me the gates to Kitava by destroying the horns of Kitava. Once he destroyed them, I went in, and here I knew that I was gonna face the final boss of the game. Not the game, I mean the acts. I found the entrance to the Kitava, but I still had one instance left to do, so I decided to search around. I finally found it, I quickly did it. Again, still don't know what I'm doing exactly here. I just pretty much kill the monsters and wait for the timer to run out for the most part. Once I did it, I made my way back to this entrance of the lair, and when I entered, I finally found Kitava. Now in a little bit different form, however. Now, was he as strong as people told me he's gonna be? I don't know. Maybe not as much, but surely he wasn't weak either. Like, the thing about him is he hits really hard. Like, you don't wanna get hit. You want to avoid his hits at any cost. But it's easy to avoid his hits. He's very predictable. It's very easy to run around and not get hit. I mean, if you do get hit, you need to use a potion real quick. You can die really easy. But as long as you avoid, not a big deal, honestly. But it was enjoyable. Just like the last time, I like those big standing bosses. I don't know what it is. It's just something about them. I like them. Again, maybe it's just a God of War fan in me speaking, but I like them. It's just cool. Once I killed him, which was pretty cool, I got the help of Sin and Innocence to do that. And actually the way that Kitava looked was actually pretty epic as well. Like, that was really cool. They helped me to destroy his heart. Then I talked to Sin, and Sin told me, that's it. This is it. This is the end. So he told me to go to the city to take my rewards. After I took all my rewards, I talked to Lily, and Lily sailed me to the journey that lies ahead. And that, my friends, was Act 1 through 10 as a new player. Now, what my thoughts are. I have to say I really enjoyed this journey. Like, it was amazing. I really loved it. I loved every minute of it. And as you can see, I did every side quest and everything because I just liked it. There was no reason not to do it. I was enjoying it. If I had to tell you my favorite act, I don't know. Honestly, it might be the 10th. I think Act 10 was actually the most fun one. Although I also kind of enjoyed Act 9, even though it was really short. But I have to give it to Act 10. It was just as fun, but it was longer, so it was more fun. I've learned a lot of things. Also learned that I've learned nothing at all as well. Like, you would think that the game would get progressively more hard, but at the same time, you would just as progressively learn more and more. But that's actually not the case with this game, which is, I don't know, it's somewhat annoying. On one hand, there's endless things to learn. On the other hand, it just feels like as a new player, it's just so overwhelming, like it's just insane. Like, you would think by the Act 10, even though it makes sense that the game is getting harder, but it would also make sense that you learn more. It's not really the case. The further I go, the more I understand that I know nothing. It's kind of the other way around that you would expect, which is a pro and a con at the same time. It's hard to say whether it's a pro or a con. I think it's a little bit of both, actually. And now that I finished it, I tried a few maps. I'm still trying to understand what exactly am I supposed to do next, what content is there to do. Am I supposed to do just maps? Should I do mining? Should I do heists? Should I do anything else? Is there to do anything else? I'm still trying to figure all this out because I feel like the game honestly kind of fails to give you like a clear pathway of what you should do next. The only thing it shows you that you should do maps. But why? For what reason? What's there to do? What's there to find? What bosses there to kill? What quests are there to do? Like, it doesn't pretty much show you or tell you anything. So I'm kind of trying to figure out this for myself. So any advices and tips you can give me of what should I do next, how I should progress would be amazing. Even though I don't show you here everything I did after Act 10 is because that's gonna be in the next episode. This is not the last episode. I feel like there's more journey ahead and more stories to tell. So hopefully we're gonna talk with you many more times in this game. Now if I take a step back and watch where I began in Act 1 and where I am right now, honestly, it's quite a progress. Like, you'll have to admit, that's quite a progress. I could barely understand in the beginning what are skill gems and like how to even use them, to now actually having semi-decent gear, semi-decent skills, and just a little bit of knowledge to the game, you know, just a little bit, like really just a little bit. And I feel like there's still a mountain to climb in this game. Even though there's a mountain to climb, at least we made a small step towards the peak of the mountain. And you know, one step at a time, one step at a time. So yeah, that was the journey of Act 10. And that was not only the journey of Act 10, but a whole journey from Act 1 to Act 10. Now in the next episode, I will start doing maps and I will let you know what I discovered, how I feel about them, what's interesting there to do, and what kind of progress have I made. So yeah guys, this is it. This was Act 1 to Act 10 in 10 episodes. As always guys, I appreciate you watching this. I am extremely grateful for you guys going all the way with me from Act 1 to Act 10, and I hope you will guys continue going with me when we start doing maps. My name is Ace. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe, like, comment if you will, and I'll see you guys. I wanted to say in the next act, but I'll see you guys exploring the Atlas. Until next time, bye bye.